to my channel, Mother Suckers. Hey, it's your favorite, most fabulous unicorn back on your screen for another video. So in today's video is going to be my personal opinions about a lot of shit that's going on right now. Okay, it's a lot of shit that's going on. Being that the sirens are interrupting my video, let's go ahead and talk about 6ix9ine. Ciao, Mr. Daniel Rodriguez is singing like a canary, and I don't know why y'all surprised. He said he was working at the deli. Okay, he was the cashier at the deli. Probably one of those delis with the cats that sleep on the bread. Yes, that's how we give it up in New York. The cats sleep on the food. So he was cashiering at the deli. And some people came up to him about an opportunity about rapping. Great, that's amazing. How does you becoming a rapper now turn into you becoming a thug, now turning to you snitching on the thug activities that you chose to do? Now, I didn't want to talk on the 6ix9ine situation because it's just, he as a Brooklynite, like, we got to take a L behind this. We take a giant L behind this. But it was such an unnecessary L because I don't understand why y'all fed into the 6ix9ine narrative when he told y'all he was working at the deli with the cat sleeping on the bread. He ain't say the cat part. I know it was a cat in the deli. His baby mother told you, this is not Daniel. This is not him. This is a facade. But when you play the game, you gotta play the game. Some people don't understand, and some people were saying, well, listen, like, if somebody kidnapped me, I would have snitched too. Yeah, that's easy for us to say on the outside looking in. That's easy for us to say, people that are not gang affiliated, people who are not in the streets. It's easy for us to say, like, oh, like, you do something to me, I'm calling the cops. If you hurt me, I'm calling the cops. That's easy for us to say. But let's not act like he was not affiliated. Let's not act like he wasn't doing kidnapping or putting money behind kidnapping, or he wasn't extorting drugs and buying weapons. I'm not gonna say too much. People on the internet that push out, like, how could I say this? People on the internet that put out videos like, oh, this is evidence of this, or people that like know a little bit too much and they start talking about too much, I feel like that also makes the case worse for other people. At the same time, I don't necessarily like to report on situations like this because I know that lawyers and prosecutors, they do get evidence from the internet, and y'all ain't gonna use my video as evidence. Okay, y'all can use somebody else's video as evidence. I don't want to be affiliated. I don't want my name coming up in nothing, child. New York is small and Brooklyn is smaller. Okay, so Your Honor, I have no clue. Me no speak English. Like, dang, they do see Spanish too, but child. Yeah, street code is street code. You in the streets, you deal with the streets, you handle it the street way. That's street code, and he signed up for that. Again, he didn't have to. He signed up for that. That was the image that he portrayed in his music. That's what people bought into, and that's what he wanted to affiliate himself with. You see the difference between artists who are really about what they rap about, because when they go down for their mans. Like, they'll take time for their mans, they'll take time for themselves. They're not cooperating with the police because they're about that street code. You understand? Bobby Shmurda, for example. And that's what I'm gonna say about that, y'all, because I don't got time for the footer. All right, Tamar versus The Real. It's just so ironic. I feel like in one of my most recent videos, oh, my unpopular opinion video, I said that I love Tamar, and I feel like it's just so problematic to love Tamar because of her personality. She has such a rambunctious personality, such a larger than life personality, and she's a Pisces, so like, I can relate. There's definitely levels to Pisces, and I really have a problem with people that be like, oh, you're a Pisces, and they think of like their worst Pisces experience or a guy that like broke their heart. First of all, male Pisces and female Pisces, can't relate. But, you know, they think of that Pisces that like broke their heart, or they think of that one Pisces that just did them so dirty, and then they look at me like, you're a Pisces. Like, the best Pisces ever. I'm just saying, and I'm a March Pisces. So Tamar goes on the Wendy show. I know you guys have seen so many videos because I've seen so many videos on this, but I just wanted to talk about this because I literally recently just mentioned Tamar and how much I love her. Wendy Williams asked Tamar if she would ever go back on The Real, and Tamar politely said no. She said, you know, I wish them well, but at the place that I'm in my life right now, if I was on The Real, who knows if I would be the person that I am today. Cool, calm, collected. Now, I feel like Wendy, why? Just why? Just why? Okay, Wendy, this is your first day back. I think it was her first day back. No, I don't think it was her first day back. But basically, you're back. Your show got renewed, and you're asking her if she would go on a show that she was fired from 3 years ago. Would you go back to the job that fired you 3 years ago, Wendy? No, you would not. Regardless if it was TV, regardless if it was sitting at a front desk, regardless if it was picking up trash. If they fired you 3 years ago and it was a bad suspension or whatever the case may be, would you go back? No, you wouldn't. But The Real is a very popular show, so of course Wendy's gonna mention it. We know Wendy. Wendy mentions it, Tamar politely says no. Lani and the other girls, they talk about it as well. Again, I didn't personally see no shots fired. When there is so much confusion in the mix, when it's so much he say, she say, when there's still wounds that are really not healed, there's just a band-aid over it, and Wendy's ripping the band-aid off for the wound to heal. And that's another thing why I brought up being a Pisces. The thing about Pisces is we low-key never really heal. Okay, we don't heal, we deal. It sounds bad, but it's really true. A lot of times, you know, you could do something to a Pisces 10 years ago. We're still hurting to our core at this very moment for what happened, but we learn to deal with it. We cope, we move forward, we forgive, and we deal with it. And especially someone with Tamar's personality, child, she does not heal, she deals with it. She moves forward from it, she grows, and she hopefully will keep those things out of her mind. But once you put those things in her lap, once you remove that band-aid to check and see if that wound from 10 years ago has healed, you'll notice it's still a fresh ass wound, okay? There's so much confusion in the mix, no one really knows why, which is another strange thing to me. Why does no one, including Tamar, know why she's fired? Like, why doesn't Tamar and Vince know the reason why Tamar was fired? Like, at first I was just like, okay, you know, maybe they terminated her and they're gonna let her know. So you could just get fired and nobody had, like, huh? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Somebody somewhere, somebody somewhere knows why Tamar is fired, but the message didn't get through. But I feel like as your employer, like, I just felt like that was just by law. Like, I personally just don't think that any of the girls had the power to get her fired. I don't. I do believe that I believe that they wanted to get Tamar on their own. I feel like they probably felt like Tamar was too loud, she was too opinionated, she was too much for the rest of the girls, and they wanted to get rid of Tamar, and so they found a reason and they got rid of Tamar. And then Tamar goes on Instagram and she posts these text messages, and y'all just in the comments just eating it all up like, I knew it, I knew it, I knew it. And the text message is like, what? Like, who's Cookie? Like, y'all know I love Tamar, but those messages was not receipts enough for me to be like, oh, honey. Like, it's he say, she say, they say, I heard, and B say, we can let it get on our nerves. They're miserable. They just want you to be like her. Misery loves company. If you know what song that is, put it down in the comment section. Fantasia on The Breakfast Club. I love Fantasia. It's like I just want to worship. Like, I just want to worship. It doesn't matter what she's singing about. I want to put my hands up and worship God, because he ain't just passing out voice boxes like that. He ain't just doing that, okay? So Fantasia goes on The Breakfast Club and basically says, listen, ladies, if you want a man, honey, okay, if you want a king, okay, you need to be a queen and let him lead, okay? And when she started saying that, I already knew what time it was. I was like, child, they're gonna try to cancel Fantasia, Lord. The blessed box. She's living her best life with her man, okay? She's living her best life with her man. And I feel like a lot of times when women, you know, when you find that great, amazing guy, you want to give other women advice, right? Because if Sierra was to say to y'all, listen, the reason how I got Russell was I submitted, y'all would have dragged Sierra too, regardless of, you know, fantasizing about her relationship and hoping that one day you have one, calling her and Russell's life goals. If Sierra would have got up here and said, I got Russell, the prayer that I prayed was, Lord, help me find a man to submit to, y'all would have flipped the script. Now you gotta understand, some people are very traditional. Some women are very traditional and that works for them, and some people are very forward thinking and that works for them. I find myself somewhere in between. What she was saying was true. However, there needs to be a larger conversation around women submitting to men. At 2019, you can't just tell women, oh, submit to men. Like, the fuck? Why am I submitting to? Why? Who said that? Who said they're giving me something to submit to? So there needs to be a larger conversation around women submitting to men. How do you submit to a man? When should you submit to a man? Because honestly, like, we've been submitting for, we've been doing that. We've been doing that, and telling us to submit again, it's like, okay, I submitted with my first nigga, that ain't work. I submitted with the second nigga, that shit ain't damn sure ain't work. I ain't gonna keep submitting. So I need more advice. I need something else. What she was saying was actually in fact true, and I think that's where people get misconstrued, is that not everything will work for everyone. But again, it's really hard to tell a generation in 2019 to submit to men when we don't see man worth submitting to. I think that needs to go hand in hand. Like, if we could do this conversation and just bring both parties, okay? If we could bring both parties, because it's always what women can do to change. How can women get a man? How can we get a man? Like, as if we're not the prize. Like, what can they do to get us? What men can do to be a man worth submitting to, and how, women, once you find a man worth submitting to, how do you know that he is a man worth submitting to? Okay, and how do you then begin to submit? This is what I need to hear. Okay, this is giving me the fruits, okay, of a good, healthy relationship.
Perspective that I felt like the male and the female should hear. So
here's the issue. Submission is supposed to be a beautiful song and dance between two lovers. What's happened is men have abused that power. Forgive me, they've abused that gift. And we have been misled to think that it's something where it's a dominant spirit and we own every decision, we dictate everything, we rule with an iron fist. First of all, that's not love.
Breaking I'm sorry, this is not funny. I just opened my Twitter app, honey. Headlines are saying that Tekashi 6ix9ine testifies at trial that Cardi B and Jim Jones are 9 Trey gangsta blood. What is wrong? What is this now? We'll talk more about that down in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and showing me love. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, and I'll see you at the next one.